Hey there, welcome to my channel. I'm GhostPrime. As you may be aware, there's an app going around called Temu. It's a shopping app that has tons of knockoffs on it, and they're offering really good deals for your first purchase. So I picked up the KO Reflector set with the intention of doing this review. I have an original reflector, which I've done a review on it, so I'm going to compare the originals with this one in this review, and it'll be the first time I'm actually looking at it. Um, because I've had a lot of time lately. So you're going to do it with me. But one thing I just love is this box. This is definitely a reason to get it. Anyway, please sit back, relax, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. So here's the packaging for the KO. It's kind of cool. It does take this from the original Japanese packaging, but the Japanese packaging didn't even really look like this. It didn't have the character drawings here. I think this is really cool. It's a nice way to display it. It's kind of neat. It looks pretty legit, unfortunately. Now, all the KOs you could tell because the boxes are way more shiny than they should be. I mean, you could just see how shiny that is. You're not going to find an original that's that shiny. And even this artwork, you see my reflection in it, but you can like even the artwork is actually pretty decent. It looks good. All the print work is good. The back is also looks really sharp and really good, high contrast. Even the tech spec looks decent. Overall, I think they did a good job. I mean, this to me is why you would buy this set. For reasons I'll get into when I compare them. But I think it looks great like this. And when you take everything out, it looks like this. It has styrofoam where they're all stuck in the styrofoam. Now, I have seen these on eBay just in the styrofoam because even in the US, you would find the styrofoam, and it is in this format. They're all done like this, all this in the same placements, but you could see how this is bulging up a little bit. And they're really stuck in there. So I think from a picture, it might be really difficult to tell, with the exception of the stickers. No stickers, no rub signs, no factory applied stickers at all on them. That's a real telltale sign of any KO. None of them have factory applied stickers. They just don't go as far to do that. But everything is in here. Everything, is presented nicely, and it does come with a booklet, and it's in this bag. If I could see where the end is, there we are. It gotta unstick it, open it up. And it has instructions, and the stickers are in here as well. The print work is actually okay on this too. See, it's real clear, real crisp. Then you get the stickers in here, sticker sheet there. There. The decoder, and a rub sign, which doesn't seem to be wanting to focus. There it is. There's a rub sign. And again, the booklet isn't as bad as like the Prime one that I have. This is actually a really good looking booklet. I don't have an original booklet to compare it to, unfortunately, so I can't say if this would be easily put off as an original booklet, but always look out for the paper quality and that other sorts of things. And let's look a little closer at these sticker sheets. So the print looks okay. Paper is on a yellow backing, and they look punched out all right. I will be applying these later. I just didn't get a chance to before this review. Got a lot going on. But, I mean, they look fairly legit. But again, you have the factory applied stickers, which are these ones. I believe the original only came with this one. So you got to look out on stickers as well. I don't have the original stickers to compare. I can compare the toys. You get them out of their styrofoam, you can kind of feel the quality isn't as good as the originals. This one has some paint sticking here, paint chipping here, and but this button works pretty well on the top. Joints are decently tight. They do have Takara copyrights as Takara Japan, so don't, also Hasbro, do not be confused. I mean, this would be easily passed off as the original. Um, just, I mean, the arms here are floppy. I don't remember that being chrome. And oddly, so you can't see, I don't know if I can get the camera to do it. It's, instead of being clear through the hole, it's actually really blurry. Does not have a clear lens at all like the original does. Gonna stand up, and then you can see here. You can see some paint that's not applied exactly right on the chest there. Overall joints are pretty tight. It doesn't look so bad. Again, copyrights are the same as the originals. His gun doesn't really fit right there in his hand so well, so that is an issue. I mean, it fits, but I wouldn't put it any deeper than that without breaking it. Joints on him are nice, but he's kind of rocky. You can kind of see it if it focuses. Oh, but let's get in here and do some comparisons with the originals. All right, here are the originals next to their respective KO. So we have Spectro here. Let's see how they fare together. Oddly enough, it's got a chip, kind of very similar place. But as you can see, head sculpt on the KO looks to be a little less clear. We'll get them all together like that. But the sculpt work on is pretty close. The paint is really bright, where here it's not as bright. It doesn't match as well. It shows up more on camera than to the naked eye. See, the plastic's a bit shinier, but it also could be due to age. And on the back, see where copyright. So these would be very hard to tell if you hadn't seen, say, if you haven't seen this in like 30 years, it would be really hard to tell if these were just in a bag. You know, that button's super solid. This one, not really. It's really hard to press. Don't want to break it. You know, check out the guns. So there's definitely some mold differences in the gun. You can see the X is quite deep on the KO, but it is not on the original. I think overall, fairly similar, even a mold injection mark there. There's a bigger one on the original and a smaller one on the KO, but you can see just how similar these are. I mean, really similar. I don't even know. Let's see if the KO fit in the original one's hand. It fits just fine. So definitely have to be careful when you're looking out for reflectors. And this isn't the only KO there has been. Reflector has been KO'd quite a few times. All right, so now we're going to do Viewfinder here. So first things first, let's look at the head sculpt. Very slimmer. That chrome is really bright, where it looks like a silver paint, maybe on the original. It's hard to tell. The original is very old, but this is really bright. Plastic-wise, plastic feeling is similar. You probably couldn't tell again after 30 years of seeing these things. You know, not seeing one, it'd be hard. You'd be hard pressed to notice. I mean, they're real similar. Even all the line and mold work are similar. I mean, you know, this is this thing that's been KO'd a lot of times for a long time. So you can see the back holes on here. The two holes here are much larger on the KO and smaller on the original. So that'd be a good telltale sign there. Copyright stamp's covered up by a sticker on mine, but the back legs look the same. Gun-wise, are very difficult to tell apart. I got to make sure not to mix these up. This is the original. This is the KO. The KOs doesn't come all the way down this line here, where these fins, and it has a longer handle than the KO. The original has a longer handle than the KO. You also can't get, they're not interchangeable. The guns won't fit in either one. So I can't fit the KO's gun in the hole on the hand of the original. So that'd be one way to try it out, check it out. Is, you know, if you get a gun, you have an original, and you just bring it along with you if you're looking for weapons. Don't buy off eBay. These things are real difficult unless, you know, to find an original. Buy one from someone you know, and that's what I did on this. Let's look at Spyglass here. So the aforementioned paint, you can tell. So this is, you know, nice and painted on the original, and this one has definitely lack of quality control there. The head sculpts are relatively similar. Down to the arms. The KO looks a little darker on that. But again, it's just super hard to tell. You turn it around. The red actually looks good on this one. And the back is super similar. This looks like it's thinner than the original. Otherwise, it's hard to tell. Now let's see the guns. So, guns are incredibly close. Looks like the KO has a circle right there, where this one does not. Now, there are two different kinds of guns. There are guns that don't have this plastic filled in, and those are earlier ones. Those are generally not KO. The KOs tend to have that. Mine happens to be a later one that does have that filled in, so there is that. Let's see, the original one, will it fit? It will kind of not really fit in the hand of the KO, but it fits really nicely in the original. Unfortunately, not a good way to find out, but maybe if you're looking for weapons and you have originals on you, you could figure that out. For what it's worth, this doesn't fit in the hand of the original or the KO as well either. So there you have the bot modes. And now we have accessories. So here is my original. See, it's really worn versus the KO. Not really good ways to tell. They are super, super close. Really, really close. There is a spring sticking out of the KO right there, and that is one way to tell. You can see the spring inside, or you can't see the spring inside that one. But the spring is kind of broken on that one. And then let's actually do these first. So this centerpiece looks exactly the same. Honestly, if I had the sticker on there, I don't know if I'd be able to tell. Let's see if it'll fit on. KO piece will fit on the original. Nope, it does not. Oh, will it fit on the KO? I haven't even checked that out yet. It fits fine. So there's a good way right there. Again, fit and finish is different. Missiles. Missiles are kind of a mixed bag here, right? So for one thing you'll notice here is, see how this is much, much smaller? That's an original versus this, but I think they had different size holes. But I want to say that the KOs have all been bigger as far as the post is concerned. But you can see that they're pretty much the same. This is a single tab, and this is multi-tab. This is actually the wrong missile that goes with this one. This is the Japanese missile, but it is an original. So you can see this has the single piece like the American ones. But yeah, I mean, the color is a little different too. It's darker than the original missiles. I have two of these, and they're both the same color. These are very much darker. So that is a way you could know by looking at it. But again, you might actually have to have it with you. So let's look at it in camera mode. All right, here they are transformed, original, and KO. So the one thing you could really see about the KO is I can't get this piece in. I can't get, that does not fit. I mean, I could probably take a knife to it, probably have to do. That does not fit in there at all. In fact, that one on that side barely fits. You can see there's a big gap there. But yeah, it does not fit at all. And I can't get that leg folded up any more than that. So that's definitely a fit and finish issue. Maybe not all of them are like this, but it's something you're going to get with the ring and, a KO. But otherwise, if it did fit, it would be hard to tell from a picture if it had the stickers on it. If you saw this on eBay and it was together and without the box or anything, you could be fooled. So definitely be careful on these things, because I mean, they could look pretty similar. Definitely, you get the transformations the same. Uh, it's very, very similar. Even the seams that aren't super great on the originals are replicated here. The injection points are much more prominent on the KOs than they are on the originals. They're there, but on the KO, it's much more prominent. You can see right there. We're not an injection point. This is where they were on the tree. I cut off the tree at. But yeah, so you can see that. Anyway, let's do some final thoughts on this. So the draw of buying this KO is for the box. I know none of you are going to be duped into thinking this is an original one, unless you don't really know Transformers at all. I mean, they were a mail away, and that's pretty common knowledge. So I think there's little chance of being duped on this particular box set. Now, outside of the box, it could be. It could be taken out of the box. It could be sold on eBay or something as an original vintage. And it would be very hard to tell, especially if they applied the stickers. So that is one thing always to look out for. It's very, very difficult to tell. And I really think that if you buy a reflector, you should probably buy it from someone you know or trust in the community, because there's been a lot of KOs in the past. But this box is cool, and I'm going to be displaying it just like this because it's pretty rad. I might even actually put on the stickers, because of that. Also, there's going to be a lot of people buying these for their kids. Now, one thing about buying KOs for your kids, I think, then be having a 5-year-old, I worry about is lead paint. China's really known for their lead paint, especially in knockoff products that don't go under any type of analysis or anything before they're released. So that is something to check. Maybe I don't know how much a testing kit is, but maybe I should test this just for not shits and giggles, but just to figure out how much lead is on these paints. I don't really care, but I do care for my child or your children, and these are being marketed to a lot of kids. People are getting this ad for Temu, signing up, and probably just giving them to their kids for like $6. Anyway, I appreciate you stopping by. Let me know what you think about this set, and I'll see you in the next review.